Ladies and gentlemen, boys and motherfucking girls, we are here. And I think I need to turn this down a little bit, but we are here. This right here, I'm going to say this is installment number one of something that I'm calling Fuego Entertainment Presents Circumstances. It's going to be a 4 or 5 part series. That's terrible. A 4 or 5 part series. Just shining light on people in their circumstances. So that's why it's called circumstances. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's turned a bad into a good or a good into a bad, I want to know the circumstances and what put you in them and how you got out of them. So, just what we're here for. Anybody that's listening, y'all know who the hell I am. If you don't, that's a crying shame, and you definitely need to go and seek some mental help because you're missing out on a lot. So today we got two beautiful young ladies, two entrepreneurs here from Rochester, New York, 585. That is. Who wants to go first? Tell the people who you are.
Well, I'm Alexis Burgess.
I need you to pull the mic up.
I'm Alexis Burgess.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the owner and operator of One Love One Way Transportation and Support Services.
Uh-huh.
And what I do is I transport family members up to the local prisons to keep them connected with the inmates that are locked up.
That right there deserves a round of applause. All right, so now we got on the left over here, ma'am.
My name is Farah S. I do like a number of things, and I'm attempting to like rebrand and stuff. So I do photography sometimes. I bartend. For the most part, right now, I'm just shifting to do more things for entrepreneurs. So it's kind of all over the place right now, but overall, I'm a lover of entrepreneurs and stand for entrepreneurship and really
Look
want to
at
see
you.
everybody win. So, yeah.
They don't got a lot of people like that that genuinely want to see somebody win. So I got to do this. It's your boy Don Fuego, Fuegaton, Bay Street Zone. Make sure you tune in to me every Monday and Wednesday, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live on iRap365.com, powered by My Brass Radio. I'm actually checking levels live. I don't know why I'm doing this. Now back to the nitty gritty that I got the ghetto shit out the way. So listen, One Love, One Way, Alexis Burgess.
Yes.
And we got Farah,
Yeah, Farah S.
Farah S. I ain't
Yeah.
gonna say her other name because it's none of my business to be exposing
Not
anybody's
right now. Not
situations right now. Today's not the day, it's Tuesday. I ain't gonna throw that other name out there. So, Alexis,
Yes.
One Love, One Way. Where did you get the idea? How long you been doing it? And where do you see that business at in the next 5 years?
So I got the idea from my younger brother that has been incarcerated on and off since about, well, I guess you can pretty much say damn near his whole life.
Okay. Shout out
So
to that brother. Hope you make it through whatever you got going on and you know what I'm saying, get up out
thank
here on
you.
these streets.
I
You know what I mean?
appreciate that a lot. I do. So yeah, I got the idea from him. Just going back and forth to visit him. One day we were sitting down at the visit. I believe it was Kate Vincent at that time.
Kate Vincent, what is that a
That's a
facility?
that's a prison.
And, in New York State.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
It's
I
about
didn't know.
I think it's 2 hours away, 2 and a half or 3 hours away.
Okay.
2 to 3 hours away from Rochester. And we were sitting down having a conversation at a visit. And I was asking him, I was like, it's something. First of all, I'm missing out. I was like, I'm missing out on a lot of money coming up here to see you every weekend.
Right. Now,
And
not to cut you off. Now, when you say you're missing out on a lot of money, you talking about like just from your regular
yeah,
career and
from
stuff?
my regular career, which is I'm an LPN, which is a licensed practical nurse.
Shout
And so
out to
I
y'all.
would right. So I would take off a lot of my weekends to come see him. In doing so, I will miss out on the bulk of my overtime. So I was telling him like, yo, I'm missing out on a lot of my money, like coming up here to see you every weekend. And then I was also having a conversation with him another time too, and I was telling him like I want to start a business, I want to start something, but I don't really know what to do. And he just was like, "How about you just start bringing people up with you when you come up here?" And I was like, "Okay, that's a good idea. I'm gonna start doing it." So he would like get the he would set the rides up pretty much, with the people that he knew in there, and I would go pick them up and bring them to the jails with me. And so that's like the foundation of that's how it all started. He told me like he pretty much set it all up like, okay, this is what you're gonna do, this is who you're gonna pick up, this is how much you're gonna charge them, this is where they live at. And I at first I was just doing it to just make gas money because I was coming up there to see him. So that's how it all started. But then as I continued to keep going and I kept doing it every week and every week, I started to realize like this is something that is like something that is really needed. Like transportation, I didn't know like a lot of people needed transportation to the jails. You wouldn't believe how many people don't drive, can't drive, don't drive on the expressway, or they feel like their car won't make it, that far to the jails. Some people don't even leave their side of, quote unquote, their side of town.
Right.
So once I realized that, I was like, oh, this can be, this can be something else. And then when I started talking to other my other friends that are entrepreneurs that have their own businesses and like telling them about it, they was like, you should really take it to the next level. You should take it serious and make it a real transportation company, like make this real.
Right.
And the first thing I did was I went downtown and got a DBA. And when I did that, it wasn't even called One Love One Way at that time. At that time, I was using it was called AC Transportation.
AC.
And I got the name, well, I came up with that name, AC Transportation, because of my initial. I took my initial and my brother's initial, and I put them together, and I was like, AC Transportation. I just came up with something really quick downtown because the lady said I couldn't use my name or I couldn't use his name, because I think at first I wanted to use his name. I was like, I'm gonna just, make everything for him.
Right.
But I couldn't use his name. I couldn't do it because he wasn't with me. And then, so yeah, at first it was called AC Transportation. That's what I got the DBA in. And then when I went on to further legalize it to get the LLC, I couldn't use AC Transportation because that name was already taken. So I had came up with all these names, like maybe like 20 or 30 names.
All that day?
No, not this. This was like in the process of making it legal, making the transportation company legal. And every name that I came up with, it was taken in New York State.
Oh shit.
So that alone was like really bothering me. Like I couldn't, like all the names that I thought of that I really, really liked were taken. So I was like at my last, like my wit's end with it. I was just like, you know what, this is really irritating me. I'm getting frustrated. So I turned to my daughter who was just sitting next to me, just like reading a book or doing homework or something. And I was like, what? I was like, Sydney, I need a name. Like, help me figure out a name real quick. I'm on the phone with LegalZoom. Like, I got to come up with a name to get the LLC. I can't think of a name. Every name that I think of is taken. Like, this is crazy. She was like, One Love, One Way. Just like that. Like, right off the top of her head.
Hold on. We're going to have to shout out Miss Sydney for coming up with this. Once you make it to your $1 million corporation in a few years, what you're going to do, I know she got a little percentage in it. I think she need a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? We're going to shout her out, though, Sydney. You know what I mean? We rallying for you right now. You know what I'm saying? With an extra percentage. But that's fire, though.
And she just came up with a name just like that. And then so I called LegalZoom, like, I think I got a name. And they was like, I said, One Love, One Way Transportation. And they was like, okay, nobody has that name. You can use it. I'm happy. I'm so happy because that was holding me up from getting my LLC. So I was like, One Love, One Way. I like it. I like how it sounds. Like I'm all about love. I love hearts. I like the color red. I love, like it just all came into fruition. Like it just flowed naturally. So yeah, my daughter came up with the name. That's how the name One Love, One Way came about.
I love that. So how long have you been?
I've been doing this. I started in 2016. My brother was in Cape Vincent Correctional Facility in 2016. And that's when I started. So about what? That's like 6 years ago? 5, 6
About,
years ago.
hold on. Yeah, 6.
Yeah, about 6
Had
years
to
ago.
think real quick. Like,
So yep, I was doing it on and off for 6 years, on the weekends.
Mm-hmm.
And then I really got serious with it around 2017, 18.
So like within like a year and a half.
Right, a year and a half, I got really serious about it. But then when I really went full throttle was right before the pandemic. Like, so right before the pandemic, I was like, you know what? I'm really about to go ham with this. Like, I'm about to get a van. I'm about to do this. I'm about to do that. Like, I had it all planned out. And then the pandemic had hit. And I'm like, so they shut the jails down. Like, it was no visits. And I'm like, as soon as I get the LLC, got the business bank account, like I got the flyers, I got the t-shirts, here go the pandemic. So I had got like really discouraged. I was like, you know what, I'm about to just do something else. I think I'm gonna just do makeup or something like that. Like, I was like, I can't do it now because I didn't know how long the pandemic was gonna last. I didn't know how I wasn't sure if they was gonna ever reopen up the jails for the visit. So I had got really discouraged. But then once they opened, like when the pandemic, everything cleared and they reopened up the jails, then I was like, okay, this is my time. Like, I really gotta go hard. I gotta go hard. I gotta go hard. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get this van. I gotta figure this all out. So in the midst of all of that, I got flyers made. I got my flyers made, and I was like, you know what, I'm about to go ham. So every weekend, I would be out on Monroe Avenue, East Avenue, wherever there was a big crowd. If it was a concert at the Armory, I'll be passing out flyers, putting them on people's cars. Like, you know what? I'm really about to make this happen. Like, I'm about to turn this into a real live transportation service. And the reason I did that was because my brother had came home and then he went back in. And I was like, you know what? I feel like if I could just get the transportation service going, he won't keep going back to jail. So I was like, maybe if I could just start a company, start a business for him, start a company for him, maybe he'll stop hustling.
Right. More or less like kind of like you would kind of basically, that's your younger brother.
This is my younger brother.
So Big Sis being like a savior, you know what I'm saying?
In a way, yeah.
In a way. Man, that's crazy.
So that's what made me like go hard, like really, really hard. Like, yo, if I could just, in my mind, I looked at it like, yo, if I can just find another way for my brother to make money legally, he would stop going to jail. So that's what like really pushed me. That's what really pushed me. That's where like my motivation came from, my drive. Because I'm like, this could possibly save his life. And then I just went hard. I just started handing out flyers, talking to people, just trying to network. And in the midst of that, I found out that this wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is not really what he wanted to do. Because then he came home. And then I was like, Chad, look what I did. Like, I got the LLC. I got the business bank account. Look, I got t-shirts made. Look at our t-shirts. Look, I got the t-shirts. I got the flyers. Look, and he was just looking like, okay, I'm doing this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, wait a minute. I'm taking it back now. Like, I'm thinking I'm doing this for us, for you. Like, I got it. Like, I did all the back end work. Like, all we gotta do now is just get a van. Like, I did everything. I got the LLC. I got the insurance. I did it all. Like, Chad, like, what's up? Like, come on board. And he still wasn't. I don't think he was ready to come on. I don't think he was still ready to come on board at that time. And at first I was gonna give up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he don't care, so why should I care? Right. But I was like, nah, I'm about to keep going. I was like, I'm gonna keep going. Maybe eventually he'll just, he'll see what I'm doing and he'll just hop on board. But that's not what happened. That's not what happened. So then he ended up, veering off, not really paying me no mind, and he ended up going back. And that really hurt me. Like, that hurt me a lot, like, to the core. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep at it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's just not his time at this moment. Like, maybe it's gonna take maybe another year or two.
Right.
So this is like the foundation of it. Like, that's how it all started. This is where I'm at with it right now. And where I see this going, I see it being something magnificent, like something just like a movement almost. I'm glad that I didn't stop, because now I'm at the point where I'm not only doing transportation, I have started a support group for Black men that have been formerly incarcerated.
See, I love it. See, not to cut you off. See, this right here, everything that you told me when we first met that first time
Mm-hmm.
stuck with me. I love it. First and foremost, round of applause, people. I have to. I have to. Two reasons. One, you could have gave up, but you didn't.
Right.
Two, what you're doing is well needed. You know, because like you say, a lot of people they want to see their loved ones. Some people don't have cars. Some people, I want to say something, but I don't want people to take it the wrong way. A lot of times, me having people, close people, family members incarcerated right now, a lot of times they feel forgot about.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't talked to one individual. Even I got a friend of mine, shout out to Prada, a female. She even feels, like, yeah, she talks to family and stuff like that, but they missing a lot. When they get behind them walls, life basically stops as they know it. As far as they know it, but the outside world never stop. Everything just keep going and keep going and keep going. You ain't forget about them like I told you last time, and I think that right there is super dope. I didn't know. I had no idea how long you were in business. I only passed by like a flyer in the store, not paying no mind to it. But when I met you, I appreciate it even more because you're very passionate about it. And it started as something just trying to save your brother, and you don't even know you saved a lot of other people in the process of that. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that needs to be commended. And I'm always commend you on it every time I see you, no matter how corny it may be. I'm always shout you out in regards to what you're doing. Now, this support group, that right there also is well needed. So where did you get the idea from? Like, you know what? I'm already helping people in this way. Let me create like a platform or an outlet for basically for men, you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
To come and express themselves because we don't have any of that.
So I came up with the concept of a support group for formerly incarcerated Black men after I got on social media. So I'm new to social media. Everybody that knows me know I've never been on social media my whole life. I'm like brand new to social media. Um, and I got on social media. I created a Facebook page. I created an IG. And in the midst of that, people would like inbox me and tell me all different types of stories about when they were locked up. Like people that didn't know me, I didn't know them. Just random people like, yo, I appreciate what you're doing. I commend you on what you're doing, Queen. Yo, this is really needed. I remember when I was locked, I just came home. Oh, my brother locked up, my uncle locked up. I remember when I was locked up, the CO did this. Oh, when I was locked up, you know what I'm saying? I had got this happened to me. Yo, I thought I wasn't gonna make it in there. And I'm just like listening to these stories like through Messenger and through my DMs, just like paragraphs and paragraphs of men, total strangers, just telling me about their traumas and their experiences being incarcerated. And I'm like laying in the bed or like in my van, just reading them like, yo, what do I do? Like, what do I say? What do I do? And at the time, I'm just like, okay, I'm just trying to console them. I'm trying to let them know, like, you gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? Thank God you made it through. I'm happy for you. I'm here for you. Like, I'll pray for you. And then one night I was just like, you know what? Maybe I should try to start like a support group for them, and not only for the men that was telling me these stories and on social media. When I would be driving up to the jails with the families, they would just they would just come out and just tell me everything. Like, I haven't seen my husband in this many years, and I'm going through this, and the kids, and just telling me all these stories. And at first it started to become so overwhelming because I am very passionate about what I'm doing, and I have a big heart. I care a lot about other people, and I could feel like people, like their pain. And like just driving them up there and talking to them, I'm like, I've been going through this for a long time, so I can really, like, when I say I can relate on all levels. Like, I've been going through this since I've been in middle school, and I'm 37 years old now. Like, I've been going through this for a very long time, and I just didn't know like what I could do. And I'm like, the only thing that I could do was like to pray for them. And I'm like, okay, what else can I do? It has to be something else that I could do. And then it just hit me. Maybe I should start a support group. And in that support group, I want to allow Black men who have been formerly incarcerated. I want them to have a space to where they can be vulnerable and let people know about what they've been going through. Because a lot of people don't know their traumas. I'm pretty sure that's not something that's easy to share.
Right.
I've never even heard my brother speak of anything about being in there. And we're very close. Like, he's like my best friend. And that's just something like he's never opened up about. And I'm like, I wonder if he was to open up about it, would it help him to not go back? Would it help him to get along better with, my mom, with me, with his, his now daughter's mom? And I was just like, you know what? This is something that I'm going to do. And then I just stepped out on faith, and I just was like, I'm going to start a support group, and I'm going to have it at a barbershop, and I'm going to find counselors. I'm going to find therapists. I didn't know how I was going to do it. And it just happened. Like, everything just fell together like a puzzle, like pieces to a puzzle. It just all aligned so easy. So that was like confirmation for me to let me know that I'm on the right track and that I'm doing the right thing, because everything aligns so easy. Like, people just started coming from out of nowhere, just helping and like bringing it all together. And I've had 2 support groups so far, and they have been phenomenal. They really have been phenomenal. The next support group meeting is going to be September 12th. I'm not quite sure where I'm going to have it at, this next one. So that is going to be later determined. If you follow me on Facebook, Alexis Burgess, and on IG, One Love, One Way, I'll keep you guys updated with the next support group. But it's definitely going to be on September 12th.
September 12th, 2022.
From 4 to 7:30.
Listen, I may be able to help you out with that location. We'll get into that though.
Okay.
Support. You didn't even ask for any. It just came to you.
It just came to me.
That's further acknowledgement from, the higher ups that was well needed. I don't have nothing else deep and long to say on top of that. It was there. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to get too deep into my situations, but I will say this. A lot of times we don't even know that we were dealing with any sort of trauma until we start talking.
That's true.
We don't know, because us in the inner city, especially as Black men, we internalize a lot. We hold a lot in. It's not common to just express ourselves and shit like that. At a point in time, people will look at it as us being weak. I can say I've always expressed myself, but not about anything personal until maybe about the last 2 years. A lot of stuff happened in my life that just felt, it was normal. Listen, it happens to everybody. You get that because you in a situation where everybody got shot. Everybody goes to jail. Everybody's on. You understand what I'm saying? So now it's a sense of normalcy when you in it. The minute you get outside of that, you're like, yo, this is not normal at all. Bottling my feelings up, or I'm just going with the flow. Sometimes going with the flow ain't always the way to go. So I will say that that support group is well needed for everybody, especially black men. Not even just the ones that was incarcerated. I know the trauma, the shit that I heard is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And they gotta hold it down. You in there seeing God knows what, and you can't say nothing. Not even like report it or nothing like that. You can't even just go and be like, yo, listen, that's crazy what's going on. They gonna look at you like you crazy. Why? Because you're expressing yourself. Because you don't, just because you're there don't mean it's fucking normal. Going to prison, going to jail, being incarcerated, none of that's normal. We all get in our situations, and our circumstances take us to places we ain't planning on going. When you're trying to take care of whatever it is you're trying to take care of. I don't want to get too deep because I feel where I'm going, and I ain't going to do it. But this is all about Alexis Burgess and One Love, One Way Transportation, people. Farrah's here. You know, one of the biggest supporters I've met. She's very, 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 very nice, very humble. I got a question.
What's up? What you want to know?
What I want to know? I want to know this. How many businesses or how many people do you help out? Because I've seen you a few different times, and there's always something going on.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I have like over 150 entrepreneurs in my phone. So
talk heavy, please.
I want to be an investor overall, so I can invest in everybody.
So you're like an overseer in a sense, kind of.
Yeah, I would love to be a investor. Like I said, like Shark Tank is very interesting to me. Like, if I could get into like that realm and just understand more so of the investing side, that would be beautiful. I don't know if you've ever heard of angel investor.
I haven't.
Yeah, so basically it's like a form of investing in people, but there's different ways. I don't know if you ever heard of convertible debt. We can look it up.
Oh, about to say
we can go over it, but overall, I want to be an investor because naturally I like to give. It's something that was instilled in me growing up. It's in my heart to give. And it's like I know a lot of people who are in business, entrepreneurs, and that's what I want to do. Like I've always had a burning desire not to work for people. I don't like it. It also because like when you're working for somebody, it's like you're put in a box, and I don't like feeling control. So that's the lane I really want to go in, and I feel like that's where I'm being pushed to now, because COVID kind of shut me down a little bit from doing photography. I was burnt out. I was always everywhere, like you said. And I really had to just learn myself. I think COVID made us sit down and make us look at our traumas and face ourselves. And I didn't realize how much, like, when you're working, you're pushing basic necessities for your mental behind. And it's like a lot of people crashed. A lot of people didn't make it through COVID. A lot of people were stressed out from COVID.
Shit, a lot of people still stressed out about it.
Still stressed out, yeah, for real, because we're still in that get back era. Like I gotta get back what I lost, and it's kind of I can't say COVID was good, but it made us open our eyes to see like, yo, the world is messed up, mostly financially, and a lot of things we went through. Mentally.
Yeah, COVID really, I think I told you briefly about like kind of what it did to me. Like, now don't get me wrong, I still was moving and shaking all through COVID.
Yeah.
I kept traveling, I kept, working at, doing what I was doing. And until one day, I can't tell y'all what really happened. Only thing I remember is me going into Walmart and seeing like 200 people with masks on. And I could automatically feel my blood pressure just boiling. Because honestly, I was scared. You know, that's the unknown. You know, we never seen nothing like that. That's something that, we just watch on TV and think it only happens in China and all these other third world countries, because we're America. Nothing like that happens over here. That's how I and a lot of other people felt until what we got going on right now. The There's a few things I be wanting to say. I want to make sure I say them properly. I'm trying not to curse.
Okay.
I know it's gonna slip up. But that COVID shit, it was a good and a bad. The bad thing, a lot of people lost their lives.
Yeah.
But the good thing is, it made people appreciate theirs as well.
And time.
And time, mental health, crazy. Like I said, I went berserk. A lot of people don't know unless you close to me for like a few weeks, because I just didn't know. It first came. They said, "Oh, it's going to be 2 weeks." Oh, 2 weeks, everybody will be back outside.
Yep. 2 years.
So it went crazy. And then, on top of that, then a year later, they was like, okay, vaccine time. Now that worried a lot of people too, because it's like, okay, well, if I don't get a vaccine, I can't take care of my family. A lot of people was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And they still are. Now we have something else. What we got, a monkeypox now? Some. I ain't even going to go into it, but shout out to monkeypox. If you're listening, you ain't got to come over here. I don't give you no reason to come knocking on my door. Again, I'm going to refrain from a few things that I want to say.
Why you don't want to say it?
Because I'm trying to go in a different lane.
Okay, I understand.
I don't think today is the day I should be talking shit.
Okay, then don't do it.
Today is the day where I'm here appreciating Miss Alexis Burgess, founder of One Love, One Way Transportation Services.
Transportation and support services.
Ooh, support.
Nice.
I like that.
You like that?
I definitely do. So, how has your mental been through all this? Your business, your personal, and just the world. What keeps you thriving? What keeps you going during the day when you know what? Today I feel I don't want to take this person. I don't want to do this. Not saying you don't want to do it because you don't like this person. You need time for yourself. So how have you felt since you've been doing so well over the course of the last 2 years? I'm speaking in regards to like the COVID.
So are you asking me how did I get through COVID first?
Basically what I'm saying is, how do you continue to keep going with everything going on? Because you're a mother,
I am.
you're an LPN,
Yes, I am.
you're a business owner, but you're also a human being
I am.
that I would think you need time and
Yeah.
stuff to yourself. So how do you make it through? What keeps you going, basically?
So for me, what keeps me going is the fact that I know people are relying on me. Like, people are depending on me to take them to go see loved ones. People reach out to me and say, are you able to take me on this Saturday? I haven't seen my husband in 3 years. Can you take me to see my grandson? I haven't seen him in 2 years. I haven't spoken to him in a year. If somebody was to call you and tell you they haven't seen a family member in years, you know how profound that is? Like, this lady, I have to get up in the morning and take this lady. She haven't seen her son in 2 years. Like, I have to go. Because the fact that somebody is relying on me, is really depending on me, and she doesn't know when the next time she's going to be able to get off of work, or she doesn't know the next time he's going to be able to get a visit, or she doesn't know when he might get transferred in the middle of the night to another jail. With all of those, uncertainties and all those question marks. I'm just like, I gotta go take her to see her. How do I know if I don't take her Saturday, that might be her last time she ever see him?
Mm.
So it's like those type of things that's that's running through my mind. What keeps me grounded and what keeps me like sane and how I deal with I am very spiritual, like super spiritual. And when I say I'm super spiritual, I don't mean like I'm reading the Bible and I don't mean like in that way.
Yeah, not religious, spiritual.
I'm not religious. I don't think I'm religious at all. I can't
Spiritual.
quote one quote from the Bible. I'm just being honest. But I know that I have a relationship with the Most High. I know He's watching over me. I know I am in alignment with my ancestors and with my purpose. I meditate a lot. I meditate. I spend a lot of time by myself. I spend a lot of time writing and journaling and speaking affirmations over my life, over my household, over my van. I sage everything. I sage my house down. I sage my van. I sage myself. I sage my daughter. And I just try to put myself in like this, like in my opinion, I'm in a bubble. Like I'm here, but I'm not here. Like I don't watch TV. I only turn my TV on when people come over my house. A lot of people don't even come over because they claim I live too far. But I don't watch TV. I don't. I try not to listen to things that are like evil or demonic or anything that's not like uplifting. I try to be careful of what I listen to, of what I watch. Like I don't like to watch scary movies. I don't like to watch demonic movies. I don't like to listen to certain music. So I try to like encapsulate myself into this like really positive bubble. I'm very aware of what I'm saying and what I'm thinking. And I just have to stay positive all the time because what I'm doing is it's heavy. Like it's heavy, like other people's emotions about their incarcerated loved one. That can be very heavy on you, like emotionally and spiritually. So I'm always, I'm like constantly, I'm working on keeping myself uplifted every day. Like every day is just, soon as I wake up in the morning, it's positive affirmations, positive music, thinking positive thoughts, just trying to be positive every day, every day. Like that in itself is like my other full-time job. On top of trying to uplift the people around me, like my daughter, my mom, my brother when he calls. So it's like I have to always stay charged up because I have so many people around me that I have to charge up. And sometimes that can be very draining. It can be very draining. Sometimes it could be very overwhelming sometimes. So a lot of times I would have to like step back and I'm like, you know what? I feel like I'm overwhelmed at this time. It's time for me to take a break, get grounded, get back to myself. And I do that. When I feel like I've reached my peak, I'll just retreat to myself, go for walks, journal, try to read some like really positive literature, regroup, recharge, and then go back at it again.
I like that. Question: is that something that happens daily for you, or do you write in your journal daily? Is there like a specific time or a day where this is my time, or it's whenever you feeling a certain way?
It's usually whenever I feel it. I try because I'm so busy now.
Mhm.
Like before I got busy, it was a time it used to be like at night before I went to bed, or on my break when I used to work in a nursing home. But now because my lifestyle is so different now, and I'm trying to get the business going, and I'm really really busy, I just do it like whenever. Like I'll just have the urge to start writing, or I'll just have the urge to just like take 5 minutes and just go in my notes in my phone and just write something down, or just I'll have the urge to go on YouTube. Like you know what, I'm having a moment. Let me go on YouTube and find an inspirational video, some type of motivational video to watch or to listen to. Or I'm driving in my car, driving to go pick up a client. And I'm like, you know what? I think this might be a heavy, like, I feel like this client might be, under some stress. I'll listen to something positive, some positive affirmations or uplifting video on the way to their house. I just try to find all different types of outlets that helps me with stress, because that's something that I struggled with years ago. I used to be stressed out a lot.
Now, excuse me. Now, just personal stress from just personal things or just life in
Personal
general.
stress, life in general, but a lot. I would worry about my brother.
Mm, mm,
I would worry about him constantly, like to the point where I couldn't sleep.
mm.
I would be angry a lot. I would be frustrated. I would be easily irritated. Um, yeah, I would worry about him a lot, a lot. Like I would, I used to just be scared for my brother all the time.
I'm pretty sure your brother definitely appreciates you a whole lot. Now, how does the family feel about everything that you're doing?
My family is they are very supportive. They are very supportive, and they're happy, they're supportive, but I don't think they understand. And I'm not saying all of them. Some of them, some of my family members, mainly my intermediate family, like my mom and my sisters and my brother, my other brother, because it's 5 of us.
Okay.
So I'm the second oldest. I'm the oldest girl. I have an older brother, and then I have my brother Chad, who is under me, who's incarcerated, and then I have 2 younger sisters.
Okay.
Under him. I feel like they don't, and I think in their mind, it's just like Alexis is just trying to start a business.
Like a hobby.
Like, yeah, just trying to start a business, just trying to like get money. But really, like, my intentions is to really help people. Like, to really help people, to help the community. Because I understand the impact of a visit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the impact that a visit can make is extremely important. And I feel so bad because I've been so busy, and I'm sitting here talking about how important it is to make a visit, and I still am too busy to make a visit for my brother at this time. So I feel bad, and I'm trying to explain to him, like, Chad, I'm trying to get something done.
I think he understands.
I hope he does.
I think he does.
I pray and I hope that he does. But I just think that I don't think they understand the magnitude of what I'm trying to do. I don't think a lot of people understand the magnitude of what I'm trying to do.
Nobody will. Nobody will. Not now. May take them another 10 years. But that's up to them. As long as your goal and what you aspire to be going on with your business and everything like that. As long as I hate to say it like that, really doesn't matter. Everyone loves you. Everyone is supportive, like you said. Whether they know how serious you are about it or not, I know they definitely are proud of what you're doing. I am.
Thank you.
I love it. You know what I'm saying? I got a question about some of these rides. What's the longest amount of time that someone said, that they hadn't been to visit like a loved one?
I think the longest was when the lady told me she haven't seen her husband in 3 years.
And he was, if you remember, how long was he locked up for?
I can't remember. I talked to so many people. I can't remember how long he was locked up, but it was a good amount of time. But when she told me that she didn't see him in 3 years and she really wants to see him, I canceled work. I made other arrangements for my daughter. Like, I was like, I gotta take this lady to this visit. Like, this is extremely important.
Now, the other question is, what is the youngest person that, not the youngest person that you know. I gotta word it right. Out of the people that you're taking to these visits, has anyone say, "Listen, well, my son is only this age and he's been in for this long"? You know, because like you said, you hear a lot of things because you're dealing with a lot of different people. You know, going to see incarcerated loved ones that may be in there for whatever reason they're in there for. So what's been like the youngest person that you've heard? Like, okay, well, yeah, I'm taking this woman to go and see her son. Yeah, her son is like 16, but he's in adult prison. Have you ran into that yet?
No, I have not ran into that yet. One, because I don't pry. Like, I don't ask them a lot of
Right.
questions. I allow the client or the family members to open up at their leisure, like when they're comfortable. I don't I don't pick them up and just
Right.
start bombarding them with a lot of
Right.
questions. If they feel comfortable enough to talk to me during the ride, I engage. First of all, I listen. I listen really carefully, and just, some people just want you to listen sometimes.
Right.
So I listen. I don't pry. I don't ask questions. I just let them tell me what they feel comfortable telling me. So if they don't tell me their loved one's age or how long they've been in there, I won't ask. I just let them tell me what they feel comfortable telling me or
Right.
sharing with me.
Right. Definitely. You're somebody who allows people to vent.
Mhm.
That's like you said. That's all. Sometimes people want just somebody to hear them speaking.
Right.
You don't even really have to reply. Now, people get emotional. Like that had to be an emotional moment for that lady going to see her husband after 3 years. Is that something common that you see a lot of emotion?
I see a lot. First of all, a vast majority of the people that I take to the jails are women.
Mm-hmm.
They're either girlfriends, wives, sisters, cousins, aunts, grandmothers. It's a lot of women. And I guess in our culture, us women, we try to be strong. We try not to show emotion. So a lot of them are really like tough and gotta go to this visit, gotta get this done. They don't really show a lot of emotion on the way there. And I'm noticing that on the way there, it's like you know, it's quiet, it's kind of tense, but then on the way back home is like when they open up and show more emotion. And it's more so like a relief. Like he's good. It was a good visit. They're happy, they're smiling more, they're more talkative. But on the way to the visit is really quiet and tense. First of all, it's the crack of dawn is really early in the morning.
Right.
So I don't really expect for them to be, like how we are right now, like
Right.
really talkative because it's early. And then it's a lot of anticipation. Some of them are really nervous. Like some of them, like one lady I took, she never been. It was the first time. I had to walk her through it, like talk her through it. Like it's okay. I'll walk, I'll walk with you in there. As far as they'll let me go.
Right.
I told her everything that they're gonna do. I was like, well, make sure you don't have on a wire bra because they'll make you take off your bra and make sure you don't have any bobby pins in your hair because they'll make you take those out. And if you got a ponytail or a weave, they'll make you take that out. Like, I just try to give them all the ins and outs before they get there to just so it won't be so traumatic because to some people it's so traumatic they'll never go back. Like some people like, oh, they made me do this, they made me do that. I'm never going back. But if you know ahead of time what to expect, what not to wear, what to say, what to bring, what not to bring, it'll make that visit or the processing of it a lot more smooth. And then you like, okay, I did everything. I had the right ID. I had, the right attire on. I made sure I was polite. I didn't talk too much. I didn't definitely don't want to give a lot of attitude. Don't give no attitude because you never know what they're gonna do to the person, to one of your loved
Right.
one when you leave. So I'm just like, I'm trying to give them all the advice that I can give them. Everything that I went through, I'm trying to let them know, like, look, this is how it was when I remember this is what I did. I wish somebody would have told me not to give lip because it can affect your loved one that's in there. But yeah, I just try to make everything smooth for them. But
What?
This is hard. Like I don't think people understand, like, this is really hard. It is. This is not easy.
Strong.
Nah, it's really not, it's not easy doing this. But it's like I want to do it. I really want to do it. Because I understand, like I get it. Like I truly, truly get it. You need this because it's so many men locked up. Like people don't understand that. Like
A lot.
it's so many men locked up. I remember going to see my brother one time, and they make all the visitors get up, and then all the inmates, they stay at the table.
Right.
And I remember getting up. This is just a memory that I'll never forget. I remember like standing up, and they had us all lined up about to walk out, and then all the inmates were like here facing us in a line about to walk out. And I just happened to look over to my right, and it was just all these black men, just all of them. It was so many of them. And it was like their faces was just like so.
Because a lot of times that's the only happiness that some of them have when they loved one come to see them. Like it's bringing chills to my body right now, because I'm thinking about the first time I went and seen one of my boys. He got went to prison. You hear the stories of people going to jail to visit people or people being locked up. It's different when you go to visit somebody yourself, and you like my first time there. I had some extra buttons on my pants. They made me take my pants off.
Right.
Like I'm like, yo, huh? What are y'all doing? Oh, your sweater's going off. You gotta take that off too. They made me put on some wild stuff. I'm like, yo, what the hell? I'm like, I can only imagine what, like you said, when a woman comes through and she has bra on or something on, and she just gotta take it off. I do know a few women who went up there and they like, yo, listen, the way those guys talk to me or just made me feel I'll never go up there again.
Right.
And for them, you understand, but then on the flip side, you like, damn, what? Your boyfriend got 5 years, man. You ain't gonna go see him at all.
Right. So that's why I try to, especially when they tell me it's their first time, I really try to walk them through it because I'm like, this can make or break them going to see them in the future. So I try to let them know, like, from top to bottom, this is how you should wear your hair. This is what you should say to them. This is how you should interact with them. Because it's a certain way you have to act with these COs. Some of them are not the nicest.
Yeah, those. Can I just be blunt one time, Alexis, please? Farrah,
Yeah.
the motherfuckers live in the middle of the sticks. Their economy is based upon people going to prison. They don't give a damn about no niggas. They don't give honestly, they don't give a damn about no other ethnicity at all because we know none of y'all are from right here. You understand what I'm saying? So the whole town is thriving off of, I hate to say it, off of some of our pain. I was going 5 points. Shout out to everybody up there that I know. Hold your head. And we couldn't go in because they were doing count. So they're like, yo, go down. Actually, I wasn't at 5 points. I'm lying. I was at where the hell was this boy at? Anyway, it's one of these prisons that's down the street from 5 points. 5 points is a max. What is
Was
it?
it Mid-State or Coxsackie?
Nah, it's right here. What is it? Livingston. Livingston. So Livingston is a medium, and 5 points is a max. So we were waiting for count at Livingston, and I'm just riding down the street. I'm like, oh shit, wow, 5 points is right here. Let's go further into town. We're hungry. We can't do nothing. They're doing count. Get to the town, and you like, what the fuck is this? It looked like everything just got built, and it's nothing but white people at every single business. And I'm gonna say this. Shout out to my white allies. But these people ain't your allies. And you can't even be mad with them. they actually a little mad with you that you even here. You know, that that shit is rough. Going to see somebody that you love, that you might not have seen for about 8 or 9 months, maybe 8 or 9 years. You finally see this person, they finally see you. You know, I never knew how big of a deal the vending machine was. That's a big deal. You know what I'm saying? The first time me and my boy went to go see our other boy, you know, I don't know. I haven't seen you, my bro. I haven't seen you in 2 years. Like, bro, you ain't got no. I said, nah, I ain't. I left everything in the car. I didn't know. He's like, yo, bro, damn, I want some of the So I made sure next time, man, eat up, man. You know, it's just the small shit. A vending machine?
Yeah.
That mean a lot. You eat a little snack, you get your snack on, talk to your loved ones, and you could be there, you know, hours and hours and hours, you know. But I hate the fact that there's so many people in there because they didn't have proper finances for proper representation. And a lot of people just cop out.
Right.
Because you hear that number 25, you're like, oh shit, I don't got a lawyer. I can't. I want to see my girl. I want to see my mom. I want to see my. Oh, I said 5 years. Oh, fuck. Okay.
Right.
And I never knew it was like that until talking to some of my guys when they got out of prison. They like, yo, bro, this person's innocent. This person innocent. This dude is really in there just because. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
You know. I don't even want to. Shout out to my homegirl, man. Y'all listen, man. The women that's in jail. I ain't gonna talk about it because it's gonna get personal, and we ain't here for personal. We're here about Miss Alexis Burgess. One love, one way, transportation and support services. God. Can you give him your IG, please, again, please?
So my IG is One Love One Way. I think One Love One Way LLC is my IG.
Okay.
And my Facebook is Alexis Burgess. My email is One Love One Way LLC @gmail.com.
One love, one way @gmail.com.
One Love One Way LLC @gmail.com.
Make sure you don't listen, people. She's basically telling me don't play with her. Make sure you add the LLC on
That's
there.
not what I said.
Nah, I'm messing with you. But so let's take it to a little lighter note.
Okay.
She's smiling. Farrah's happy.
Right.
I'm happy to be here.
You're always very positive, you know.
Very.
So I see you got the merch.
Yes.
Can we get some shirts? Where can we go to get some shirts? Oh, we got to go to One Love, One Way LLC on IG.
Yeah.
That's what we got to do.
They could call me.
We got to get there.
So the number is 585-358-8155. You can inbox me. You can DM me.
Mm-hmm.
You can email me. You can call me, text me. I always have the shirts in the van.
You don't play.
Always, yep. So,
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I hate to say this. Bad situation turned out well, if you ask me. I know what you're thinking. Like, not really, nigga.
right, but I get it. Yeah.
I'm
I
still
always try to
learning.
look at the positive.
Yeah, I'm looking at the positive.
Right.
I ain't gonna say thanks to your brother, but thank him for helping you out with the idea.
Definitely. Because this was definitely all his idea. And I always stress that. Like, this is his idea. He's very intelligent. People who know my brother, like for real, who really know me and my brother, he is very intelligent. He's very business minded. That's why I figure, like, if I could just start something legit, he would just jump right on board. But I guess I just have to give it more time. His time is his time. You know, I can't. That's just
Right.
something I can't rush.
Now, you're gonna soon be expanding. I could tell.
Definitely, Ashe.
I
I
could tell.
receive it.
It's coming.
Mhm.
You know, business account.
Mhm.
Now Now I know you have the transportation van
Yes.
and everything like that. How did you go about getting that? I remember you told me briefly, but I want you to tell everybody else.
Right. So in the midst of trying to stay positive and just trying basically manifestation, I want y'all to know how real manifestation is. That's something that I truly 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 believe in manifestation. One, because I've seen it work. Like, it truly works. If you speak it, you think it, you write it, it will come to you. If you feel it, speak it, write it, believe it, it will come to you.
Now, when you not to cut you off real quick. Now, when you first started, were you using your own
I was
personal
using
car?
my own personal
Okay.
vehicle.
All right. Just
I was
making
using
sure.
my own personal vehicle, and throughout that time, I just kept saying, I'm going to get a van. I don't know how I'm going to get a van. I don't know when I'm going to get a van, but I'm going to get a van. I was so determined to get a van to the point where I told the guy that created my flyer, shout out to Damian Brown on Facebook. He was the one that designed my flyers. He was the one who designed my logo. And shout out to my cousin Brandon Burgess on Facebook and Be Curved. He does my t-shirts.
Okay.
So when I got my flyers made, he asked me what did I want on my flyer. I said I want a van and I want a heart and I wanted to have black because black is my favorite color. And I was like, I don't know, just make it cute. And he was like, well, do you have a van? And I was like, not yet. Not yet, but I will have one. And I guess the conversation was like, well, I don't know if I should put the van under you and have it yet. And I'm like, no, you can put it on there because I'm going to get one. And I'm like, I don't care. I'm going to get a van. Like, I just kept saying it every day, every day, every day. So anyway, long story short, I was introduced to these lovely women, Tammy Butler and Karen Rogers. Those are my cousin sorority sisters. Shout out to Tammy Butler and Karen Rogers. Those two ladies, if it wasn't for those two ladies, I don't know where I would be at this time. So I was introduced to those two ladies. And what they did was they introduced me to grants. I had no idea what a grant was, how you write a grant proposal, how you fill out a grant application. I had no idea. They pretty much schooled me and gave me the foundations to what a grant was, how you can get them, what you can use them for, how to write a budget. And that's what happened. So I got with these two wonderful ladies. They helped me write out a grant proposal, and I filled out a grant application for ESL. They had a grant program for small businesses if it was Black owned or Latinx owned. And so I wrote it all out. They edited for me. We went through the whole process, and then I ended up getting grant funded from ESL for $30,000.
See, this is that, and there's a reason why I made you bring up this. A lot of people, just like you said, don't know about.
I had no clue. I had no clue what it was. Never heard of it. I never knew what it was. I just was totally oblivious to grants. I'm like, so you mean to tell me a bank is going? I'm gonna fill out an application, tell them what I'm doing, describe my business, and if they were to give me this amount of money, how I'm gonna use this money, and they'll just give it to me. And they was like, yeah, they'll just write your check. I was like, no, there's no way. And it really happened. I could not believe it. Like, I was like, if a bank believes in me to give me money, this must be something incredible.
Right.
Like, I didn't think that I was going to get that money. I didn't think I was going to get it. And when I got it, I was just like, this is crazy. This has to be manifestation, because I kept saying, so every time I would see a transit van, like a 15 passenger or a 12 passenger, you know how you just see them throughout the city? Every time I would see one, I would point and be like, there go my van. There go my van. Oh, I'm getting that van. I'm talking about, I would say it so much, like my baby would be like, Mom, be quiet. You want to talk about that van? Like, I would say it all the time, constantly. I even went to a dealership and was like, I want to, I'm interested in the van. I ain't have no money or nothing. I just wanted to sit in it. I just wanted to sit in the van. So I went up to the dealership, told them, I want to sit in the van. I'm just sitting here and I'm just pretending like it's mine. Like
claiming
it, like really like touching the steering wheel and just like looking in the van and just like rubbing on the seats. Like, I'm about to get this van. Watch.
Don't know how, but you gonna get it.
Right. I didn't know how. Didn't have.
And this was before you met the two young ladies.
This was way before that.
Okay.
This is my manifestation period where I'm manifesting. I'm writing it down. I'm just writing down like, I'm gonna get a van. I'm gonna have me a 12-passenger van. I'm gonna get a white one. I'm gonna get it wrapped. You know what I'm saying? Just manifesting what I wanted, and then it ended up happening. I didn't have to spend none of my own money, and I ended up getting a van. I ended up getting more merch, getting more flyers made. I'm in the process now of getting my logo trademarked, opening up the accounts. And just so y'all know, when you're starting up a business, $30,000 is like $100. I mean, it sounds like a lot to somebody who, maybe to like the average person.
Right.
But when you're starting a business, $30,000 is really not that much. Not saying that I'm not grateful for it, because I'm definitely grateful. But I want people to understand, like, it's a lot of money, but it's not really a lot of money.
Yeah, it's
not
one
really
of the
a lot
things.
of money.
It's a lot because it's at one time.
Yes, it's a lot because it's at one time. But once you start really like paying for everything, I'm talking about everything, and not to mention that everything has went up.
Now you don't pay. This might be a stupid question, but I'm gonna ask because I don't know. Now you don't pay taxes on no grants, do you?
I'm gonna find out. I hope not.
Because I'm just sitting thinking about it, like as we talk, like, okay, this is the government we're talking about. All right, I hate to think like that. You know what I'm saying? But I just gotta be realistic sometimes.
I'm not worried about it. Just like God and a higher power and the ancestors, they've been watching out for me. They've been looking out for me thus far. I'm not worried about it. Everything is gonna be okay.
One love,
one way. Like, I'm okay. I'm gonna be all right. If I do have to pay taxes, I'm pretty sure I'll be all right. And $30,000 is really. I mean, it's not like $100,000.
Now we're going to talk heavy. Let's be realistic. We grown people. $30,000. I just had this conversation with somebody earlier about what exactly do you consider having money?
Right.
Because $30,000 at one time is cool, but that ain't a lot of money.
Not considering all the things you have to do, and then on top of that, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be straight transparent.
Talk about it.
Having all that money and not really being used to having all that money at one time, you can mess it up.
Oh, you can lose yourself.
You can lose yourself. You can mess it up. I used it wisely, but if I knew what I knew now, I would have used it a lot more.
We're gonna have another conversation when we get off camera.
But I'm saying that to say this: have a plan and follow your plan. Have a plan and follow your plan. Don't divert. Don't get distracted and don't divert.
Please don't get distracted, people.
But yeah, so going back to how I got the van, so that ended up helping me get the van. So once I got the van, that was like a really big accomplishment for me. Like, I felt really
that is a real big accomplishment. And I'll tell you why, because you had no idea what's going on, and then you were blessed with these two people, and you still was like, nah, you sure? And then you're going through the process,
right?
And you probably didn't believe anything until they was like, yo, we're gonna give you some bread.
I didn't believe it until I went to the bank. For real.
Pick the paper up, right?
I didn't believe it till I went to the bank and was like, is it really money in there? Like, I could not believe it. Like, I was in so much disbelief that I let the money sit in the business account for like 2 weeks before I touched it, because I could not believe it. Like, I was in total disbelief. Like, this is really happening? Like, this is for real? Like, I'm really about to like have a real live business? I ain't never took a business class. I don't know nothing about no transportation business. I'm just like, all I know is I want to help people. All I know is I want to help families get to these prisons. That's all I know.
Yeah,
That's all I want to. That's all I want to do.
At the time, your drive was enough. Your drive. You know what I'm saying? That's how you got to where you at. Yeah, like you said, you had no experience in none of this. You went with an idea that you had from your brother, and you went with, like I said, you had an idea that you went with, that your brother created, but you took your heart and you put it behind it. You know what I'm saying? So your drive is what led you to everything, man. Like I said, I'm definitely proud of that right there because that takes a lot. It's a mental strain.
It is. It definitely is a mental thing because when you come from poverty, when you come from nothing, I had to constantly tell myself, Alexis, it's okay. You're worth it. It's like this is for you. Like I had to keep telling myself, like, Alexis, it's all right. Like, yes, they gave you this money. That means go forward. You're doing the right thing.
Right.
Because when you don't have nothing, when you come from Ghost Town, Orchard Street, J Street, Gray Street area, to now somebody believing in your dream, that's a big deal.
That's a big deal.
When nobody in your family can tell you what a DBA is, when nobody in your family can tell you what an LLC is, what it means, could break it down. And I'm telling you, I'm learning every day. I'm learning something new. Every single day is like I'm in class. I feel like I'm in school every single day, all day long. I'm always learning something. And the thing is, I'm enjoying it. I love learning. I love learning. I love the fact that like this entrepreneurship, it's like a whole new world. You know how people say, like, okay, when you're incarcerated, being in jail is a whole new world. When you're in college, that's a whole new world. Entrepreneurship is a whole new world. Like, I'm learning so much. It's incredible. And I'm really enjoying the journey. Like, it's stressful. It's a lot. It's demanding. It's overwhelming. But at the same time, I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying the fact that I'm in my purpose. I have a purpose. I'm enjoying the fact that I'm helping people because I genuinely always want to help people. That's why I became a nurse. I'm just genuinely nurturing. Like, that's just how I am. That's just how I'm wired. So the fact that I have my own company and I can help people, like, I love that. That makes me feel so good. Like, it gives me more of a reason to want to wake up in the morning, more of a reason to want to go pass out flyers. Like, I enjoy it. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's like a rush.
You know what they always say, right? Once you find a way to make money doing something you love, you'll never have to work for nobody again. But, I know you're a nurse, and that's a lot of passion and everything like that. But my main question that I have for you, the main question that I have for you is how many, if any, young ladies come and ask you about any advice that you have for them, whether how you started your business, how you went about an LLC, now that you know about grants, how can they go about it? Have you got those sort of questions yet from other young ladies?
I have gotten those type of questions from people, and what I do is I share everything that I know. I don't hold back with anything, any type of resource, anybody that I come in contact with. I let them know exactly what I did. I share everything. I'm very transparent with everything that I do, and I don't mind sharing any type of knowledge, anything. I just let them know.
You know what? It's gonna sound crazy. That's very rare in our community. Right?
I've been hearing that.
A motherfucker will not tell you, even though it's there for everybody.
Right.
Someone they'll try to hold all the information like only they can do it.
Gatekeeper.
And it's like, like a gatekeeper. And you're like, no, nigga. Honestly, I just probably didn't want to read the book that the information is in. But I'm asking you because we're close to each other, and you don't want to give up that information, or you.
Right. I was never like that.
I never understood that. You know what I'm saying?
I never understood that either, and I was never that type of individual. Like, for example, even when we were, when you were in school, in high school, middle school, somebody like, oh, where you get that shirt?
Right.
Or where you get them sneakers? I will always be like, oh, I got them from here.
Right.
Or I got them from there. Like I was always willing to share information. And I think because I'm that way, that's why people they're gravitated to help me or to give me information, because I am that way. You are what you attract.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like if I give out all my resources and I give out information that I find out, that's why so much stuff is coming to me so easily. You are what you attract. I don't believe in holding information back or not letting this person know about it or keeping this. I don't move like that. I never had that mentality.
The biggest ghetto myth that I hate. And I know hate is a strong word. Grandma, if you're listening, I'm sorry. I know you say don't hate nothing, but it's something that I hate. The phrase that I hate is the game is to be sold and not to be told. I never understood that whatsoever.
Yeah,
I thought it was each one teach one. We empower each other. I'm like, well, you don't want to tell me some shit that I'm going to probably find out on my own anyway. And then when I find it, I'm kind of going to resent you because you could have told it to me.
Oh, I tell everybody. Anything I find out, I post it on my stories. If you follow me on Facebook, if you watch my stories, I'm always posting everything. Where I got the grant, anybody that I met, any grants that I find out, I text it to them. Anybody that know me, I'll just, even if I don't know you and I feel like you can benefit from it, I'll DM it to you. Anything.
See,
I don't care what
it
is. I'm going to let the masses know about it. It's enough money out here for all of us to be billionaires. Because you're making money is not going to stop me from making money, and me making money is not going to stop you from making money. Like, I never had that mentality.
Let's get into it because I feel where we're going.
Right. I never had that mentality.
See, I'm going to apologize for Alexis right now, right? Because there's going to be a few things. These views and comments and opinions said today are solely from the mouth of Vinny Fuego, Bayway Fuego, whatever you call me. And please don't hold anything against the two young ladies I have here or people at Brass Radio. Here comes the ignorance. Y'all gotta calm the fuck down, man. You people. Nah, I'm gonna say this. We in Rochester, New York. This quote unquote, got to do the bunny ear thing. This crab in the barrel mentality that is being spread through our community is terrible. Y'all wondering why a lot of people are getting. Again, I'm going there today. A lot of people are dying. And I feel it's because a lot of people are withholding information. When somebody don't know something or even know how to go about getting any information, they don't have any resources, and you see that somebody is struggling, you still won't give them that information. You just let them go out there in the wilderness or whatever and just be a dumb out, like I call it, like a kamikaze, because this person don't really know what to do. But you have all the answers that you could help this person. If you help this person, you actually could probably lessen some crime that's about to fucking happen. If you would have told this person he could do such and such and such and such and such without using that gun or without kicking in that door, I blame you because you withheld everything. Now, I might sound ignorant, but for me, how I feel, you got to give people, especially the younger people that's looking for that direction, you got to give them that information if you got it. Don't tell them, yo, nigga, ain't nothing free out. Come on, man. Nobody want to hear that shit, man.
Right.
We know ain't nothing free, man. But guess what? We can't afford nothing, man, because we all come from poverty, and some of us are still there, not even financially, just mentally. Your brain is fried. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what the fuck to do. Again, because everything that's really not normal, we make it normal.
Right.
That shit not right.
Yeah, I don't.
You understand what I'm saying? People not, man. I don't want to get into my Barack Obama speech and all that type of things, man. But just know, y'all gotta stop with this shit, man. Give up that information, man. You probably saving a life, man, helping somebody take care of their family, man, just by giving them some information. We ain't saying no money. We ain't saying somewhere to stay. Give them some information that is there if somebody has the time to do the research. But most cases, person don't have that time. They need to know it right now, the minute that they're asking for or inquiring about that information, because it may be a life or death situation. So just give up the fucking information, man.
That's a
You know what I'm
fact.
saying? Y'all not leading properly out here. I do want to ask you, how long did it take for the grant to go through? Because people get
It takes a
discouraged.
while. You have to be patient because at first, I'm glad you brought that up. Grants take a while. Well, I only got one so far. It took a while, and at first I started getting nervous, like maybe they changed their mind. I'm probably not gonna get it. But you know what? When I would have those type of thoughts, I would just be like, no, I'm gonna get it. It's
Go on,
coming.
get it. It's
I just
coming.
gotta keep the faith. I just gotta keep going. I'm gonna get that van. I'm gonna get. I had to redirect my thoughts when I was start getting discouraged. But it did take a little while. It took a little while. I think I handed it in December or January, and I ended up getting it in April.
Oh, that's not bad. That is not bad at all. You hear that, people? Stop playing around. If you got that idea and you really got, you know, some steam and some momentum behind it, and some facts, because I'm pretty sure it has to be things that's going to add up. Don't just go making up shit because you know you can get some money. Put that energy and time behind something that's real, that will last, and you know you can use that money for something good. Okay. Other question.
Yes.
When you got the money, I know you said you let it sit there for 2 weeks. How long was it before you got the van?
I got the money in a month.
A
I
month?
immediately started looking for vans. Like
Okay.
immediately.
Okay.
I
That's
immediately started
fire.
looking for vans. And I remember, and even that was a struggle
Yeah.
because the van that I wanted initially, I wasn't able to get it.
Mm.
So then I had to go to Plan B, and I will go to like all types of dealerships. I'm talking about I was all over. I'm in Buffalo. I'm all over looking for vans. Oh no, you're not gonna find a transit van. Oh, those sold out during COVID. Well, they're not making them. The parts this and the parts that. I mean, it took me so long to find a 12 passenger van. People just kept turning me around like, oh no, we don't have them. Oh no, we don't have them. Even that started to be discouraging. One day I woke up and I was like, you know what? I'm getting a van today. Watch this. I woke up like at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, you know what? I don't care what nobody tell me. If I gotta drive to Virginia, if I gotta drive to Pennsylvania, if I gotta drive to Jersey, I'm going to. Before I go to bed, I'm going to have a van.
Mm.
I woke up that morning and I remember I started out in Henrietta. I went to all the dealerships. Is that Jefferson Road, West Henrietta Road, whatever?
West Henrietta Road,
West
yeah.
Henrietta Road. I went to every dealership looking for a van, no vans. I said I started in Henrietta. I think I went to Victor. I think I went out in Eastview, like in Victor, went to all the dealerships out there, no vans.
van.
I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to Greece. Now I'm getting tired. I'm frustrated. Now I done started crying. I'm like, man, I want a van so bad. I gotta get me a van. I was like, man, I don't care what nobody say. I'm gonna get. This is what I'm talking to myself as I'm driving to these dealerships, and I'm like, you know what? I'm about to get me a van. Watch this. Watch me get me a van. I went to I think 3 dealerships in Greece, and they was like, you're not gonna find that, sweetie. You're not gonna get a transit van. You're not gonna find one. I was like, okay, thank you. Walked out, went right next door. Oh, you're not going to find a transit van. Go, you might as well you're going to have to wait. You're going to be on the waiting list. We could put you on the waiting list.
Wow.
And then I went to, I think it was the 4th or the 5th dealership I went to, and they was like, oh yeah, we got it.
Mm.
We got you one right here. You want to test drive it? I almost fell out. Like I almost fainted. I was like, all this time. Y'all had the van. I was like, do you know how long I've been looking for a van? And they was like, oh yeah, they right here. In Greece. Shout out to Greece, West Her Toyota in Greece.
West Her Toyota.
West Her
Okay.
Toyota in Greece. Saved my life.
Y'all messed my car up too, but we ain't gonna talk about nothing. Facts on the warranty at that. But I
was
get
there Toyota in Greece?
facts. I get into that later though.
Well, they been pretty good to me.
I'm hating. Nah, but that's
They been pretty good to me. So
dope
that's
right
where I
there.
ended up. That's where I ended up.
So what
finding-
time was it? Because I know you said you started at 5 in the morning.
No, I woke up at 5 in the morning, and I
Okay.
went. You know, you got to give
Right.
us some time to open up. So I think it was what time was it? It was like 4 o'clock, right before they was about to close. Right before they was about to close, I went there and did all the paperwork. I got approved and everything, and I came home with my van. And you know, I'll never forget that day. It was the day before my daughter's birthday. It was May 21st.
Wow.
It was May 21st. I'll never forget that day.
2021?
No,
Just this year? Oh.
That was this
One
year.
love, one way, people. Don't play. This is called resiliency right here. She didn't stop. She kept going. You know what I'm saying? She overcame mental adversity. She overcame a whole bunch of stuff. But she said, you know what? I ain't stopping because I can't stop. Won't stop.
That's how it goes.
I like that phrase too. I don't know. But back to the young ladies inquiring about business. Now I know how you got the panel and everything like that. Do you ever see yourself kind of doing the same thing, but just for kind of like young women, young entrepreneurs? The same path that you took, had the passion and everything that you had to, start your business. I'm pretty, like I said, I know, people come and ask you these questions all the time. What I'm saying is how you have the support group right now for the men. Did you ever think about, starting like some sort of panel or something of young women, and you come and you basically just feed them everything that you have?
No, I haven't thought about that per se. And even though I do have a support group for black men, the support I solicit black men, but it's it's for
all
anybody.
genders, okay.
And in the support groups, I bring in resources. Like, for example, the last support group I had a guy there that helps you with life insurance.
Okay.
It was a lady who came there, Kyra Grant. Shout out to Kyra Grant. She came, and she's also someone that can help you with grants, help you get funding for your business. So she's another resource. And then I have medical resources as well. Like I have therapists, counselors, behavior specialists. So it's for black men, but it's really for everybody.
For everybody.
I'm not gonna turn you away. Women can come, children can come. It's resources there. So no, I haven't thought about specifically doing something for women, but anybody that knows me and anybody that asks me anything, if I have the answer or I have the resource, I'm definitely going to share it with you. And if I don't know, I'm going to try to find out.
Okay.
And that goes for anybody, men, women, kids, whatever.
And we're not banning any ethnicities. Is
Oh
open.
no, I'm not banning any ethnicities.
It's open to everybody.
But I just want you to know that black men, this is for you. I'm not banning any ethnicity. Anybody can come.
Mm-hmm.
But my black men, those are my babies.
Listen, people, you gotta love people like her. So listen, we an hour and a half in. I need one more time. See Farrah, she's good support right there. Shout out to my girl Farrah. Farrah, you gotta give them some sort of way to communicate with you, because
With me?
I know you said invest. You wanted to be investor, but you already won. Because you invest a lot of time and dedication into what you do. Like I said, I've seen you on 3 different occasions, and each one has something to do with something different each time.
Yeah.
So that's why I know your foot is everywhere. The footprint's going to be everywhere in a minute. I can't wait to see it, you know what I'm saying? Because it's going to happen sooner than later. But give the people a social media site or something like that to follow you on.
I'm
if
on
they have
Facebook
questions or
right
anything.
now. Farrah St. Cloud, FarahStCloud. I'm on Twitter, but that's for something completely outside of. Yeah, that's irrelevant.
Yo, that's a real prestigious name, yo. That's your real name.
Yeah.
That's
Thank
cool.
you.
Yo, shout out to you having that prestigious name and everything like
I'm
that.
a refugee.
Really?
Hmm.
All right. Where you from?
Haiti.
Oh, stop outside.
Yeah.
Shout out to all my Haitians and all that.
I didn't know
Word,
that.
me neither.
Yeah. So I came to America when I was 2, almost 3.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think my that
That explains a
and
lot too for me.
that and knowing like my history keeps me going. Like the Haitian story, the Haitian Revolution is like
Yeah.
very heavy. I don't think
Big.
people know the depths of it, and I
Yeah.
think it has a lot to do with like that desire of not being controlled and tamed by America.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I see it now. Now that you said that, shout out to all my Haitians. So, Miss Alexis Burgess, please tell the people one more time where they can reach you at.
So you can reach One Love, One Way Transportation and Support Services via cell phone, which is 585-358-8155. You can call or text. Please call or text between business hours,
Yeah,
8
stop trying to
a.m.
be
to
slick.
5 p.m. Please. I'm on Facebook as Alexis Burgess. You can what is it?
Yeah, DM.
You no, not on Facebook. DM
Man, I thought all that thing, all I
No,
thought.
messengers.
Damn.
Do you want them to have the text number for call?
No, don't. Just Facebook. Facebook is Alexis Burgess. The number is 585-358-8155. Call or text during business hours, please. 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And on IG is One Love, One Way.
LLC.
Right.
Don't play yourself. One Love, One Way, LLC on Instagram. Y'all can check me out on Instagram. I forgot what my name is now. Oh, you know what it is? It's called The Product. DA_product. Um, I started calling myself that because I feel like I'm like a commodity. I don't know why, but I feel like I'm important.
You are.
Well, shout out to y'all for being so encouraging. See, that's that one love, one way shit. He'll try to kill me with all this kindness.
Right.
Nah, yo, I started calling myself The Product. So again, and if you can't check me on that, make sure you. It's your boy Don Fuego, Bay Street Tone. Make sure you tune in to me every Monday and Wednesday,
Please.
8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live on iRap365.com, powered by My Brass Radio. So, yo, listen, this was the first installment of Circumstances. Alexis, I appreciate you a lot. One love, one way. My girl Farrah, she's always in the building. I ain't gonna say her other name because that's nobody else's business. But yo, again, I'm out of here, and I'm going to air this tomorrow on Winning Wednesday on iRap365.com. If you cannot remember that, remember the My Brass Radio app is free and available for all iOS and Android phones. That's about it, man. Peace, love, and soul.
Thank you.
All right, y'all.